Testing.
Assalamu alaikum and good day everyone.
Asal aku yang tak dengar?
Hello, assalamu alaikum and good day everyone. My name is Farhan.
Waalaikumsalam.
I am RCC, KDOJ RCC member, and I'll be the MC of this program tonight. And then before we begin, first of all, I would like to thank everyone for joining our section. And then before we begin, I would like to request everyone to follow our KDOJ social media platforms such as Telegram, Instagram, and Facebook so that you will get the update information about the college and the purpose of this social media platform is to receive the first and accurate information related to the KDOJ. So now I'd like to introduce our speaker, Mr. Abu Hassan Nordin. He is the assistant fellow in KDOJ and is currently staying in XC1. He is doing PhD in chemical engineering, and when it comes to his achievement, he has published 9 research journal paper and 9 research paper, and then received that short paper award in International Graduate Conference, and he won all awards in Industrial Art and Technology exhibition in 2019 and 2020. He has won the Bronze Award in Malaysia Technology Expo in 2020. He has created 2 copyright mobile software such as Apple and Squish, which are available in Apple and Google Store, and one PC game software named Squish, and it is available on Steam. So if any of you interested, you can go and check it out. It's game software. Okay. So first of all, brief about the today program. Today program is about the Blender software, which is used to create animation and then simulation and video editing and gaming software and so on. So Mr. Abu Hassan will be explaining more about the software later on, very shortly. And then if you have any question during the section or at the end of the section, you can leave in the comment section down below there. And then we will try to answer the question as soon as possible. Okay, thank you everyone. And then the attendance will be shared in this comment section very shortly. And then now I'd like to invite Mr. Abu Hassan to lead the program. Thank you everyone. Thank you for joining, and thank you, Mr. Abu Hassan.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Min, and I would like to thank also to our respected principal, Dr. Amri, and all RCC members in KDOJ. Assalamualaikum and good day, everyone. My name is Abu Hassan. As mentioned earlier by Mr. Min, currently I'm doing PhD in chemical engineering in UTM. My research area is in wastewater treatment, nothing related with Blender. But since I've involved in developing mobile game and for PC by designing game character and their animation using Blender, I would be with you. So today I would like to introduce to all of you how to use Blender software for 3D modeling. But before we go further, I would like to share with you the current project that I'm working on right now. It's just a 1-minute video, so please enjoy this. In this game, you will be divided into 2 teams, which are red and blue. You have to catch the fish using your spear to get your armies, which can be used to attack your opponent or to defend yourself. Basically, all the characters and animations that you see were designed 100% using software of Blender. So if you are serious to learn Blender, this is one of the outcomes that you can get, or even more. For your information, this game is designed for PC and you can get it in the Steam platform. So those who have Steam account, don't feel shy to add us in your wish list. Okay, that's it. I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so if you are new to Blender, this is a lesson for a beginner where I will guide how to use the basic features of Blender while creating chair and table as you can see on your screen. Since this is our first lesson, let me explain a little bit what can you do with Blender software. Okay, right now this is you. You are a little red dot and now you are entering to wide world of 3D. So from here, you can find your purpose to use Blender either for making games or for architectural visualization. And for your information, you can also use Blender for video editing or making short movie as well. But for my case, I've never had experience editing the video using Blender because I don't have much time to explore more. Uh, okay. Anyway, sorry if my English sound like British accent because I was born in Batu Pahat, Johor. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into Blender. As you can see, there are a lot of different parts in the screen of Blender. I know this might be quite confusing to you if you are new to Blender, but don't cry. Let's break it apart one by one. As you can see here, this is a file function where you can create a new file or to save your file or to import or export your file. Here we got edit function where you can undo or redo your action, and we got render where you can render your final image or animation at the last stage. Another things are we got a few different modes here, such as layout, modeling, sculpting, UV editing, texture paint, and etc. Uh, Actually, these different layout, sorry. Actually, this different layout, you can, these different modes you can use to customize your object here. For example, if I want to add the color of my cube, I can go to the shading modes and then I just choose the color that I want. Boom, just like that. So another things is if you go to the animation modes, you can here you can create your animation of your object. For example, this is one of my game character. I call it Bebun Jantan. I got an inspiration from the monkey at KDOJ. Okay, actually, I don't want to touch very detailed about these modes because for today, I want you to get familiar with the basic function in Blender first. So on the right side, we got two editors. On the top is the outliner editors. This is where you can see all the objects that are in your scene. Right now, you got a camera, cube, and also light. But if you add another object of cylinder, you can see that it appears on the outliner editor. And then if you add another object of cone, it also gonna appear on the outliner editors. Below is the property editor. It has few tabs on the sides to adjust the setting or property of your object. These are too much to go through one by one in this limited time, but hopefully you can get an idea what these steps are for and you can explore more from time to time by yourself. Last but not least, last but not least, we got a big area here is what we call it as 3D viewport. This is where you will spend probably about 90% of your time if you want to model something or moving things around. It's gonna happen right here. Okay, here we got a default cube selected. And let's say we want to move it. If you go to the toolbar on the left side and you click on move function, you can see these arrows appear on your cube. So if I click on this arrow, you can see that I'm moving it along that direction of that axis. Basically, there are three axes because there are three dimensions in this world. This is Z axis. This is Z axis. This is X axis, and this is Y axis. I'm not sure if someone has discovered a new dimension like Interstellar movie does, but you can refer the color that represent your axis on the right side. Okay, that's moving. Oh, by the way, if you want to be more specific, for example, if you want to move only one side of the cube, you can change your cube into the edit mode, for example, like this. And as you can see, there are three options here. This one represent the vertices of your cube. You can move it along. And this one represent the edge of the cube. You can move it along as well. And this one lastly is the face of the cube. Okay. Okay, that's it. That's for moving. Next is the rotational function. If you click on this function, you can rotate the object along the specific direction. For example, X direction, Y direction, and Z direction. Then you got a scale function. You can see that now I scale along the Z axis, X axis, and Y axis. Oops, sorry, Y axis. Okay, actually those are the basic function that you will use the most. But the faster way to work is to memorize the hotkey or shortcut in Blender because you're gonna use that a lot. And every time you want to rotate or move something, you have to go on the top and click on this. It works, but it's gonna be a lot of work. So what I would suggest you is to memorize at least the basic shortcut. For example, to move something is G. G is for grab. And when you do that, it is attached to your cursor and you can place your object to anywhere within this space. But but if you want to move the object on that particular axis, for example, you want to move it along the Y direction, you can click the Y key afterwards, or X key, or Z key. Okay, that's for moving. To rotate something, rotate is represented by R key. So R for rotate, and if you want to rotate along X axis, for example, you press the X key afterwards, or Y key, or Z key. Last but not least is scale. To scale something is S. S for scale. As usual, if you want to scale along X axis, you have to click the X key afterwards, or Y key to scale along the Y axis, or Z key. Okay, I think that enough is a boring introduction and theory. How about we start to design our model? Okay, this is the final model that we are going to create, and let's see if you can reproduce that on your own. I know it's not the best looking chest and table, but I want you to practice your modeling and get more familiar with Blender. Okay, here we got one table and 6 chairs. Let's start design with the bigger object, which is table. Okay, let me hide the rest of the objects. Okay, first, I will add the default cube and start with the top part of the table. And then I adjust the viewport to the front view to adjust to scale the thickness of the table by pressing S followed by Z key. Let me compare the thickness. How about the length of the table? And I change to the top viewport by pressing S followed by X key to move to scale along the X direction. Okay, I think that fairly enough because I don't really care about the dimension. But if you do, you can set your exact dimension over here. Over here, you can set your dimension, adjust them according to your desired. Okay, then let's proceed with the legs of the tables. For the legs, I will add another new cubes. And then I scale it down and place it to the reasonable position, maybe here. And then I adjust the position, bring it to the top of the surface. Okay, I think that's enough. So now, as you can see, this become the Japanese table with a short legs. But since we live in Malaysia, we need a long legs of the table. So we need to scale up its length. For your information, you got two options to do so. The first one is you can scale along the Z axis by pressing S key followed by Z key, and you can adjust the position. But another option is you can change the legs into the edit mode first, and then you choose the face option, and then you just pull it down right here. Okay. As you can see on our reference object here, the legs of the table at the bottom part it's a bit smaller, so we can scale it down a little bit. Okay, I think that's fairly enough. Okay, so now you got another 3 legs left to complete your table models. Actually, you can repeat the same step as you did for the first legs, but since you are student and student like to copy paste, right? So why don't we implement that in Blender? So instead of repeating the same step, you can simply, instead of repeating the same step as you designed for the first legs, we can simply just duplicate this leg by pressing Shift D and then bring it along the Y direction. Then we do the same things for the other legs by pressing Shift D and then bring it along the X direction and place it whenever you want. I think this okay. And then the last legs right here. Okay, done. Am I so fast? No, right? Because speed is a key to win a race in life. No, just kidding. We have to be balanced dunia and akhirat. Okay, so now we proceed to design the chair. Let's hide this table first and bring up one of the chair to be as our reference objects. Okay, let's place it here. Okay, normally those who are just started using Blender, they will design the chair using the same method as you design for table. But since we all are UTM student and we are like brother and sister, I will show you an alternative way to design the chair, which is more convenient. But in return, you have to pray for me to finish my PhD first. So to start design the chair, I will add another cube object, and then for the chair, I will start design on the seat of the chair. So I scale it. So is this? Let's see the thickness first. And then move to the top view to scale it down. Scale on along the Y axis. And then scale along the X axis. Okay, I think that's okay. Okay, so okay, now I adjust my viewport to the top view. Okay, to design the leg of the chair, I will show you the other way by you have to change your object into edit mode first, and then make a loop cut by pressing Ctrl R, and then followed by scrolling your mouse wheel forward to add the number of loop cut. For example, in this situation, I think 4 loop cut is enough. And then I make another loop cut on the Y axis, another 4 loop cut. Okay, like this. Then I will, and then I will choose this loop cut and this loop cut, the top view, and I will bring it to near the corner, like this. This one as well. And this loop cut, these two loop cut, sorry, and this another these two loop cut. Okay, so do you get the idea? So as you can see, there are 4 sections here you can select, and you can pull it down to become the legs for your chair, but you cannot simply pull it down. It will become like this. So you have to extrude these faces by pressing E key. Proceed with Z key. to extrude along Z direction like this. So okay, I think the length is enough. And then we want to proceed with the back part of the chair. We can do the same step by extrude along the Z direction like this, and then we extrude again like this, and then we extrude again. Okay, another one more time like this. So as you can see, there is a bridge at the back of this chair. So the idea is we have to merge this face and this face together. So how can we do that is by using the effects or modification in the Blender. You can explore it by yourself because there are too many modification here, modifier you can use. But for this situation, we use the bridge edge loops, bridge edge loop like this. Okay. So when I choose that one, it merged together, and then we design this one as well. Okay. So I think we already finished our design, but as you can see, there are 6 chairs, right? Just now. So let me rotate this position first. Okay, like this, and then you can either to design another chair using the same step as I designed just now, or you can simply duplicate the chair. It will save your time. So by pressing Shift D and then adjust the position on along the X direction, and then I duplicate again by pressing Shift D, and then I place it on here and I rotate the position. Okay. And then for these two, I select these two by I select these two and then I duplicate these two and bring it along Y direction, and then I rotate to 180 degree. Oh, sorry. So, okay. And this one, I duplicate to place it here. Okay, I think we already finished design our models here. And so I hope you guys can follow this step and try to follow this step, and you can post your result later to our maybe our Facebook group, KDOJ Facebook, and let's see who designed the best. So I think that's all from me. I will pass this session to Mr. Min for Q&A session. Thank you. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Mr. Hassan. And we have one question here. Can you please demonstrate how to make a bowl?
Okay, thank you for the request. Okay, so I will try to design a bowl, but okay, let me start. Okay, to choose, actually the bowls, the shape is a bit rounded, right? So I will choose using the UV sphere first, like this. And then I scale it down first, and then to modify the shape, I will go into the edit mode first, and then okay, I choose the vertices. Okay, since bowl, we have an open part at the top of the bowl, so I will, sorry, since this question is on the spot, so I cannot, maybe I cannot explain very well. So, a minute. But I just show the idea how to design a bow. And then I will delete these vertices, and then like this. Oh, sorry. Okay, so basically you can see the shape right now. Okay, and then I will add the modifier. Subdivision modifier right here. Actually, the for modifier, you can explore by yourself because it's intermediate level, I guess. So for beginner, you just get used to the basics function first, and then I will proceed with the solidify. I adjust the thickness of the bow like this. Okay, the bowl might not be perfect because this just to give you idea how to design that. Okay, I think within this short time, we cannot design it perfectly as long as we can see the shape. So I think it's okay. And then we can test it on the table. Okay, that's it. Any other question? Is it okay? The the shape of the bowl, just to give an idea, you can design more details better. Sorry.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hassan. I think it's a very nice one, and whoever asked the question, I think you can create a bowl inside it. Okay, it's like a nasi bowl. You can put rice. And then, Mr. Hassan, we have one more question here. Can you design a book?
A book?
Yeah, a book. We have received a question from Ashiru Abu Bakar Kabbar.
Okay, actually, a book is more complicated. Oh, sorry. Okay, actually, book is a bit complicated. Complicated. I mean, the complicated models. So to design on the spot is a bit tricky. But let me try first. Just a rough idea, okay? To scale it down like this. Actually, before you design your model, you have to better you have to sketch on the paper first to get an idea. Okay, as usual, if I want to be more specific, to design more specific, I will change into edit mode, and then maybe I will extrude. This is as the cover of the books. Is it a thesis? I don't know. Okay, maybe. So I will like this. Okay, so maybe I can bring this one. Oops. Sorry if I cannot explain at the same time because I try to imagine how books looks like, because normally every time I design new models, I will design on the paper first to get the idea. This I can delete this one. To design complicated model, actually you have to use a lot of modifier on here. For example, like this, sometimes we call it a bevel. I try to smoothen the edge of to smoothen the edge of the objects. You can see here bevel, but I just use a shortcut. You can click Control B, and then sorry if my book doesn't look like a book. uh, Maybe I should delete this one first. Face and oh sorry. I just give you the rough idea, okay? Because seriously, it's hard for me to imagine the right one. I don't know. Maybe we can try to set it right. Oh, we cannot. Uh, okay, that one is quite complicated to design within 5 minutes. So what? Oh, okay. So this just the rough idea of the book. Is the page, the inside of the book. This is the cover of the books, the lids of the books. If I need to sketch on the paper first to design properly, to get an idea how to design. But if you ask me to design a simple object like bowls, it's more simple. I can design it on the spot. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Shiru and Mr. Hassan. I think it looks like both. It's nice. And then we have received one more question from Mr. Chan. Can you please demonstrate how to color the 3D model?
Oh. Okay, to color the 3D models, okay. For for example, if you want to color this table, you can select the objects that you want to color, and you can go to add the materials of the desired objects. For example, this one, you can go to the properties editors right here and go to these tabs. We call it material property, and then you can insert new materials, and you can choose the color that you want, like this. Okay, for example, the table, I want to color, to choose the chocolate color, and then for the legs, I do the same things, add the new materials and choose the same, choose either RGB, for example, okay, this, and then this one, I can just, wait, maybe I can just copy the code of the RGB, and then I add this, I proceed with the same step, like this, and then for the rest of the legs, I choose the color. Okay, what is the most important things when you color your object is you have to add materials on your objects. So as I mentioned just now, you have to go to the properties editors here, outline editors, and then you choose the materials property and add the I mean the color to your object. But another thing is, if you want to, another option is if you want to color specifically on the center of the chair here, you have to choose, you have to turn into edit mode first. Edit mode first, and then you choose this face, and you do the same steps, add new materials, and then you choose the color that you want. For example, wait a minute, okay, for example, all the, all the chairs color is red, and then I want to specifically change the color at the center of the chair. So I add another new materials, and then I choose, for example, blue, and then I assign. So you can see like that. If you want to play with colors or anything, just go to materials property here. Okay, this is it.
Hello, yeah, I think it's a very nice one. Thank you so much, Mr. Hassan, for coloring the tables and chairs. And then we have received one more question from Mr. Mohammed Saifuddin. What is the minimum hardware requirement to install this software? Minimum hardware requirement to install this software.
The minimum to install this software is actually, I'm not sure about that because I'm not a very technical person. But but right now I just use, at least you have to to get a good graphic card. Not really good, at least you have a graphic card on your laptop or PC, because everything about design, if you want to render your image or anything, you just the most important thing is the graphic card. I don't think you need a high processor to run the Blender, because it's not really complicated software.
Okay, I think hope Mr. Saifuddin received the answer. And we would like to proceed with another question, which is to draw the plates as well.
Sorry?
Plates and cups.
Design plate and
To
cup.
design the plates and cups.
Can you ask another? You should ask another question instead of asking me design the object, because yeah, it's hard for me to imagine, to visualize the shape of those models that you want. Okay, for example, sorry, too fast. Okay, I will add 4 plate. Maybe I will start with the cylinder first. Let's try. Click. Sorry, I need to focus to visualize. I will proceed by, oops, and then to scale a little bit like this. And then let me try to scale it down a little bit like this. And then, sorry, and then bring it up. And I try to extrude and this. So for this, I try to extrude and scale it down like this, and then the one extrude and scale it. Oops, it's like this. Okay. Maybe I can add the modifier to, sorry, the modifier to solidify this. No. And I scale it down a little bit, this, and then just try to smoothen. Even though it's not look like a plate, really a good plate, but this the general idea how to design it. So I think I just choose one. Can I? Only choose one.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Okay. I think that's fairly enough to get the idea. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Hassan. I think it's a very good one. And then we have received one more question. How to save the model of picture in JPG and PNG? How to save the model of the picture?
Huh? Oh, okay. JPEG and PNG. Okay, to save the image, firstly, you have to render your image first. For example, I render my image here. Okay. So to render your image, you have to to adjust the camera to view your models. Like this, for example, I try to adjust my breast like this. I just give you a rough idea, okay? Okay, and then you render your image. Okay, maybe here. Okay, I think that this one is better. So from here, you can save your image here. After you render, you can you click save as, and then yeah, you can choose to you can choose the format JPEG, PNG. For example, I choose to save as PNG. Okay, save image. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hassan. I think it's a very nice one, and I hope Mr. Nordin will receive the answer. And I'm looking for any question, but there is no question. I think so. We can end the section. Before we end the section, I would like to announce if any students want to participate in the competition, you can create the similar one by using the Blender software, and you can post in your Facebook by tagging KDOJ, and the best one will receive the certificate, and we'll be sharing. The first one will receive the certificate. Okay, and then I would like to remind all of you who participate in this section to fill your attendance so that you will get merit, UTM merit point as well. And thank you so much, Mr. Hassan, and thank you our